Welcome to Back to Art podcast, where we give you an insightful messages. We bring you creative spotlights. We give you virtual exhibitions, and then we always invite creatives every week to share their experiences in the art industry. Today we have in our midst one of the international graphic designers that I know. He is also a videographer. In fact, through his art journey, we've traveled overseas, and today he's here to share his experiences with us. We have no other person here than my own brother. I used to call him RBJ, but today he's going to explain the full meaning of RBJ to us and how he started his art journey. So let's welcome him into our podcast. Welcome, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so here is Back to Art podcast.
Nice.
Okay, we are here to promote art and creativity and creative as well. So we want to know, who is RBJ? A little brief story about RBJ.
Okay, so RBJ is an individual, say a creative individual, who just have the passion for creating. I mean, it doesn't really matter if it's whatever. So far as it's about creating, then you see RBJ there. So the name RBJ is Rabbi Bright Jones, and the Rabbi is my actual name, the Bright is my actual name, but the Jones is my father's name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I mean, he's not around anymore, so I decided to add a name to my name.
Okay, so you don't have any local name?
Oh yeah, I have local. My name is Opoku. Yeah, Opoku is there, but then I mean, you understand the game.
Okay.
So I mean, RBJ is basically the brand name that I started with.
Oh, okay.
Because of the name that I already have and stuff. So yeah, that's the whole thing.
That's cute. So how did you started the art journey, the creative journey?
Okay, so first of all, I would start maybe. Let me go back to 2015. So I completed SHS in 2015, and I was moving around. I mean, as a guy, you try to hustle and everything.
Sure.
At the time, I was into painting. I was painting rooms. I was doing all those designs that you see. They'll do some very nice designs
in rooms.
In people's rooms. I was charging some fair amount and stuff. But I was seeing billboards, designs, all those things, and I was very curious. I was like, how did this thing come about? How is it that people have all these things there? Like, how did they create this? Okay. So I'll see, let's say, an ad on, let's say, a drink or whatever, and I'll be wondering. So I had a school father in Winneba.
Okay.
I went there to visit him one time, and then he introduced me to a graphic designer there. His name is Don Sly.
Don Sly.
So Don Sly was a graphic designer in UEW.
Okay.
And I was like, Charlie, I'm curious. I want to know how this thing works. So he introduced me into the tools. Like, I didn't even have a laptop at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So he said there's something called Photoshop, and this is what we used to do. You do this, you do that, you do that. He showed me the tools and everything. So basically, he gave me the introduction.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, cool. So at the time, we had PixArt. I don't know if you know PixArt.
PixArt.
So I was using PixArt to do some small designs. I was using it to design people's name. I'll do somewhat like Equia, Adjoa, those things, and I'll send it to people. At times, I was even charging airtime for all those things. And it was funny. So along the line, my school father was like, how is the creative journey going? I was like, oh, I want to start, but I don't have any laptop.
Okay.
He was like, okay, come around, I have one for you. His name is Osborne.
Osborne.
Yeah,
okay.
Osborne.
That's fine.
So he gave me a laptop. The laptop was a bit old, but then Charlie, I was so determined to get into the craft. So I took it, I installed Photoshop, and then I started. That was it.
Oh, that's fine.
I started creating. It wasn't good. It was very bad goal. I mean, for the start of all these things. Yeah. So I just went on. I was designing. I was doing whatever that I would see. If I see something by the roadside and I'm like, how did they create this? I'll try and replicate the same thing. And that was it. That was how I got into the craft.
Okay, so basically you didn't go to school for that.
Oh no,
it just came out from passion.
Yeah, even me, after SHS, I didn't go to the university or anything. After SHS, I just started entering into the hustle and everything. That's why I started painting. Because I wanted to make some money. So I started painting and all those things. And after painting, I didn't just go straight to the graphic design. I did a bit of photography and videography before entering into
The graphic design field.
Yes.
So probably let's calculate, for how many years now have you been in the graphic design industry?
We're in 2025, right?
Yes.
So I would say it's close to a decade now. I say 9 years.
9 years.
9 years.
Because you know most people are looking up to you.
Oh yes.
In fact, I'm an example. Personally, I'm looking up to you. You know. Most people are looking up to you. So a decade in the art industry. That's very fine. That's very, very impressive. You know, starting every journey is not.
I swear, it wasn't easy. Honestly,
it's not easy.
It wasn't easy because I mean, you have to get clients, you have to get people, somebody to actually send you money to design for them or something. It was, but then when you prove yourself that, oh yeah, I have value, I can bring value to you, I can make sure your business is moving from here to here based on what I will do. People invest in you, they will, I mean, give you the trust to, do this for my business.
Okay, so when you were starting, what was your greatest challenge?
Yeah, I would say, honestly, this challenge is something that, even though I'm here, I wouldn't have to say, but I would say the challenge was electricity.
Oh, okay.
Where I was during that time, my place, I didn't have like light or all these things. We had no light in that area, like the house that I was in. So I'll take the laptop to a neighbor's house, and then I'll do whatever I want to do. Then I'll come back home. So that was the challenge that I was facing. But I mean, glory be to God, I pushed myself, made some amount of money, and I brought lights to the house. My mom was very proud, like she was very happy because I mean at the time it wasn't easy. So we installed lights, and then I had to stop going to other people's house to design. Yeah, I would say that was the challenge for me. Aside, I mean the regular that was a challenge for me. Yeah.
So we've been following you. You know you have a YouTube channel where you teach graphic design.
Yeah.
And you have a WhatsApp group, which I'm a member.
Yeah.
You inspire people a lot in that channel. What came in mind for you to start all those things?
Well, okay. So first of all, for the YouTube, I already had a YouTube channel that I was posting my videography works and all those things. So initially, I got to the videography and then I paused, like I stopped because I was into graphic design and photography at the time. So I got to, I think that was 2019 or so. Because I created a YouTube channel in 2014. So that was like a long time ago. But in 2019, I decided to start doing videos on YouTube because I saw that people were making money on YouTube. So I decided, okay, what am I going to do? Since I'm into graphic design, I'll do tutorials and then I'll just share it there and I'll see how it goes. So I started with, at the time I had 32 subscribers. I swear, 32 subscribers. So I just started doing what I wanted to, like I'll record, I'll save, I'll edit and I'll put it there. I'll get 2 views, 3 views, bro. It wasn't easy. But I was just going because I felt like
it's a passion.
Yeah, you understand. The passion is there. And every time when you start, you're definitely going to have some struggles.
Exactly.
So I kept on doing it. And I think in 2022 or so, 2022, 2023, I've forgotten that actually I got monetized.
Okay.
I got monetized on YouTube. And that was it.
That's fine.
And for the WhatsApp, I got the numbers on YouTube and people were like, do you have any group where we can join and get inspiration and everything? At first I was referring them to my Instagram and I was like, no, I need to create a WhatsApp group. So I created a WhatsApp group and in less than 2-3 days we had like, I think at the time WhatsApp had a limit. It was 225. We had around like 150 people join
within 2 days.
Within 3 days, I'm sure, because people wanted to join. And besides, the videos on YouTube, like it was going. So when people watch, they would want to join. So I had a link in one of the descriptions on YouTube, and people were just joining. And that was it.
That's fine. Yeah. So which softwares are you good at?
Currently, I would say now. I'm diving into DaVinci Resolve, and DaVinci Resolve is mostly for videographers, filmmakers, film editors, all those people. But at first, when I started, I was using Photoshop. you won't believe this, but I've used Photoshop to edit videos before.
Wow.
Yeah, I was using Photoshop to edit videos.
Wow.
There's a timeline section in Photoshop.
Sure.
Yeah, so during that time, I was doing videos for there were some young guys at my hood. They were dancers, they did dancing and everything.
Sure.
So I would take the video. I didn't even know Premiere Pro was there. So Photoshop, I'll enter, I'll load the videos, I'll start cutting, doing everything, I'll save, I'm good to go. So somebody introduced me to Premiere Pro, and I did a little bit of research on it, and I moved to Premiere Pro, and that was it. But currently, my major softwares are Photoshop, DaVinci Resolve, and Cinema 4D.
Cinema 4D.
Yeah, Cinema 4D is like for 3D artworks. But now, I mean, I don't really use Cinema 4D like how I was using at first. Yeah,
but then I can see then people want to learn a lot from you. Even I always use mine.
Yeah.
Because then I wanted to learn the Cinema 4D from you.
Yeah, because
so why have you stopped?
At the time, oh no, it's not like that. At the time, Cinema 4D was there, but it wasn't that popular. So I was like, oh, Charlie, we've been doing flat designs, 2D designs. This time around, let's try and do something different.
Okay.
So I started doing 3D designs, and then I added a tutorial of that 3D design into my YouTube. So people were watching and everything. It was going on well. But then, I mean, sometimes these things, it tends to get boring. So at a point, I stopped and I go back to. But the main reason why I've started doing 3D and basically graphic design and all those things is because I wanted to focus fully on videography.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And that's the main reason why I'm not fully into graphic design. Now, if I design for you, then it means you are going to give me an offer that I can't refuse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
currently, I'm working for a businesswoman here in Accra. They've actually signed me up.
Sure.
And I mean, the offer was very nice. So yeah. But then the major that I'm doing for her is videography. And they were like, "Oh, can you add graphic design to it?" And I was like, "Okay, sure. Why not?" So yeah.
So which means that now you are diving fully into videography.
Oh yes. Now I'm fully into videography. That's what I'm doing now. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for educating us.
Oh yeah.
In fact, per your conversations, I can see that you learned the graphic design or the creativity through a hardship way. Nobody taught you. You got introduced to people, but you learned it out of experimentations and risk taking.
Okay,
you're taking risk here and there.
Yes. I think there's this quote that I really like. Like, being hungry motivates you to work harder.
Okay.
For me, I was hungry in my stomach and hungry for success. Like, I was hungry to get to know the craft and get better at it and start getting deals, contracts, and all those things. And I would say the hunger pushed me to be better, to do better. Imagine you are in a very nice position, you are in a comfortable position. I mean, even though you're going to have the motivation to do whatever you want to do, but if you are hungry and you are really hungry for success, bro, you do anything. And that was what pushed me to actually, I mean, get into graphic design and learn.
That is fine.
I started with after I went to Winneba to get the how do you call it, the basics from Don Sly. I mean, Don Sly was the guy who introduced me to the basics.
Nobody taught you Cinema 4D.
I started, and one thing I'm very good at is I have the natural creative ability. If I want to do something and I put my mind to it and I dedicate like a week or two, or like let's say 1 month. I even started welding. Sure. And somebody was like,
I saw this.
Somebody was like, Charlie, like, how is it that you are welding even though you haven't gone to an Charlie? I mean, the game is the game. If you know it, you know it. It was like 2-3 weeks. I did a whole table for somebody. I charged the person like 2,005 Ghana cedis for the table, and that was. I mean, it was going well.
Wow.
I like the whole thing. So yeah, that's the whole thing.
So through all that journey, I can see that the passion is still in the videography. Though the welding, if you were to focus it also.
Oh yeah, the welding is good. I mean, because during this time, people are into furnitures. Like the number of furnitures I've seen that people are like into right now, and I feel like I could have done most of them. But I felt like during that time, I left the country.
Oh, sure.
So I was like, okay, fine. Now that I'm not in the country anymore, how am I going to do my welding and all those things? So I just put it somewhere and I focused fully on videography. And the main reason why, one of the reasons why I focused on videography was because where I went, like the market, the videography market was booming. People were looking for videographers here and there. And that was the main reason why, I mean,
you dive into,
yes, I went back to
videography.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fine. That's fine. So what is your take on experimentation? I hope you understand experimentation. We talk about risk taking,
Yes,
trying something new all day.
yeah.
What's your take about that thing in the creative industry? Since we are all learning, coming up,
Sure.
what's your take on that?
Okay, so when you say experimentation, I would say it all starts with the passion or whatever that drives you.
Okay.
So let me use myself as an example. When I started the first time I installed Cinema 4D,
okay,
I was experimenting the software. I was just going through it to see how it's going to fare for me, like how is it going to work for me. And I was like, okay, since I know that if I'm able to master Cinema 4D, if I'm able to go in there, work on my 3D and come back, I can use those things that I'm doing there to add to my graphic design work, like the flyers that I'm doing, and it will also bring in more revenue. Sure. Because at the time we were charging more if we add 3D design to your flyers. Sure. So if I do a 3D design for you, you are going to pay more than the flyer design. Sure. So I feel like that is the thing that it drove me to make me experiment more into the software. So if you want to experiment or if you want to, dive into anything, just try to see the ins and outs. You need something that will motivate you. You need something that will drive you, because out of your own, when you wake up and you're like, oh, I have to start, you see DaVinci Resolve and there's nothing behind it, you go like 2 weeks. If you don't understand the software, you give up. But if it's something behind the drive, oh, I have to learn it so that I can do videos for people. I have to learn it because this company here is looking for a videographer and I want to go for the position. It will drive you. You will learn.
It will take you there.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
So do you think flat designs, I should use that word, 2D design, do you think it's paying well in Ghana?
Okay, in Ghana here, the market, the graphic design market or the creative market is booming. If only, okay, you know the right people. Imagine I'm somewhere in the village, I don't know people, I say I'm into graphic design, I'm only posting on Instagram, and Instagram is not pushing my content out there. I wouldn't meet a lot of people for them to patronize me. But let's say I'm in Accra here, I go to church, at church I show people, oh Charlie, I'm a graphic designer, this is what I do. I'll show it to people. Oh Charlie, this is what I do. I show it to people. It will push people. Oh, this guy is good. Oh, he's at my church. He will link you to somebody else. That person, you do a very nice job for them. They also link you to another person. Then it keeps on going. So basically, I wouldn't say flat designs alone. I would say the graphic design field or the creative field really works if only you know the right people. You understand? Now, the person I'm working with, she has a lot of connections, and if she wants to link me to someone now, oh, this person, she doesn't have a graphic design, I want you to work for her. There, I've gotten a business. Sure. She's referred me to somebody. Sure. You understand? And that's just based on the fact that I know her and she knows that this is what I do. Okay, so yes.
So what you are telling us right now is per aspect of knowing people, per length.
The connections,
and do you also think that is it advisable for somebody to stick to one thing, that I'm a graphic designer, what I can do is flyer design? No.
Okay. Okay, that's a very nice question. Yes. So I know people who are into I know one guy, he's a graphic designer. He specializes in cover art, only cover art. If you want a music artwork, that's what he will do for you. If you want him to come to your area, take you a picture and use it for you, he will do it. And he gets a lot of bookings. People book him, oh Charlie, can you do this for me? But then he will do it. It works for him. But there are also other people. Let's say for example, I'm into graphic design, I'm into videography. I'll do graphic design for somebody. I'll do, let's say, a flyer. The person will be like, oh, Mr. I have a program coming up. I want you to do a grand opening for me. Okay. There, I've seen an opportunity. The opportunity is to tell the person that I'm into videography and I can come to the venue and do a very nice grand opening video for the person. So after doing the flyer for the person, I'll show the person few of my videography works. Sure. And she'll, oh wow, these are nice. Okay, sure. How much do you charge? Or what is your rate if you come to film this grand opening for me? that moment I've gotten 2 jobs.
Sure.
You understand?
Sure.
So in a way, if you are into graphic design only, it works for you if people know, oh, if you go to this guy, Kofi Hua, on designs and Kwan or he's doing designs only, and then he's making orders. People are ordering from him.
So I think that what you are saying, if I understand your point, you need to have a speciality.
Yes, you have to
You need
specialize
in something.
Yes.
But sometimes I also think that testing the waters also works.
Yeah.
Or what do you think?
Okay, so for example, let me use you as an example. You are doing graphic design, and let's say in 2 weeks, you haven't gotten any order. Nobody has like messaged you, oh Charlie Odiko, I want a flyer, or I need this thing for my program. And you are there like, Charlie, this graphic design is not really going to work. Let me try something else. And then you start doing, let's say, videography as well. There's something that you have to know, that as you're about to dive into the videography, you are new to it.
Okay.
You understand? You are new to it. You have to get the word out there first. That, oh, Charlie, at first I was doing designs only, but now I'm also into videography. So if anybody asks you, and what I'm trying to say is, you need to put yourself out there. You need to let people know
what you can do best.
Yes, I am testing the waters to see how the videography field is, like how it works. So please, recommend me to people and all those things. And it's not just by recommending alone. You have to make sure you're good at your craft. The video has to be catchy and all those things. You understand? Yes. So the specializing in just one field works, but then you can also add another one, provided that you are going to let people know that now I am in there. That way they can patronize you.
So does your location? Yeah, let's bring that one to your location. Maybe I'm a videographer. I'm a good videographer.
Yeah.
But don't you think my location can also limit me?
Yes. Okay. Let's say I would say I'm trying to picture one of the villages somewhere in Kumasi. Let's say Senchi or Afijasi or all those. Even though there are plenty of opportunities there, compared to Accra, Kumasi, like huge areas, or let's say go to abroad, let's say go to UK or go to America and you're a videographer there, chances of you getting clients, you getting people to patronize you is very high. But then in Ghana here, it depends on me. Now I'm in Accra and I want to get people to patronize my work. I just have to put myself out there. Okay. But then in Accra, if you put yourself out there and people patronize you, you are gone. Let's take it back to the century of I'm talking about. Those the people who are going to patronize you, it's not going to be that much of like a high paying job compared to Accra here. So in a way, location will limit you a little bit. But then if you are very hardworking, you can still come out of it. You understand?
Okay.
Yeah. So it all depends on you.
So location is not all that limitation.
Yes. It won't limit you, or it wouldn't put you down there like with no chance of you coming up. If you are hardworking and you do your best, you can come out of wherever you are and then do.
Okay. So instead of me trying to test the waters, one person, I'm a brand identity designer, I'm a videographer, I'm a web designer, I'm this, I'm that. We're gonna have people like that.
Well, yes.
We have people like that.
Yeah, I know somebody who is
who is all way round.
Yes.
Can that person perform?
Okay, the person can perform, provided that, you see, all you listed are major. If the person majors into only one, let's say the person is known for being a graphic designer, he majors in graphic design, but he minors in videography, web design, all those things, it works. Because people know that, this guy is a graphic designer, but then if you need him for videography, you can also do it. But then people know him mostly for graphic design.
Okay.
Yes, but then he still is into all these things. Understand? Mainly, I tell people most of the time, learn a skill that will help you when your major is not helping you at the time. Because imagine you are doing graphic design only. If you are getting the money and everything, it works for you, fine. But what if there's like a time where graphic design orders are not coming in? You also have the web design, the brand identity, all those things to also come and pitch in. And that is me saying this here in Ghana. Because when you go to, let's say, UK, America, all those places, you have people who are specializing in only one thing and it works for them. But in Ghana here, even though it can work for you, sometimes it doesn't really work like that. You have to add a little bit of here and there before you can, I mean,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So
Okay,
that's the thing.
so what was your biggest contract?
Wow. Okay, I would say my biggest contract wasn't in Ghana here. It was outside when I traveled. It was very huge, honestly. It was huge numbers, yeah. And
That's fine.
it was the first time I was getting such contracts. It was a video. We did a video for a tennis player.
Okay.
He's a retired tennis player. He needed some short videos for his content and everything. And I mean, the rate that we got for that job alone was, I mean, it was huge.
Wow.
Yeah, I would say that was like the huge.
It was. Wow.
Yeah, it was very very nice.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So the videography too, you learned it by getting camera, moving out
Yeah,
there.
you know, mostly
Hard way.
it's about
designer.
yes, it's about hardcore. It's about how bad you want it. At the time, I didn't even have a camera, but I was doing videos. The main reason why I was doing videos, even though I didn't have a camera, was I had a friend who had a camera.
Okay.
And that was because the friend also wanted to learn the craft, graphic design. Wanted to learn graphic design. Oh, Charlie, why? I will teach you why. But then I'm a videographer now. I don't have a camera. I get gigs and everything. But I would like to take your camera, go shoot gigs. And I'll take his camera. I'll go and shoot gigs. And the incentive or the amount of money that I'll get, I'll come back and I'll dash him. I'm like, oh, Charlie, this is your camera, but here's an additional amount. Yeah. I mean, put this on your body, and thank you very much for giving me your camera.
Fine.
And that was how it worked for me.
That's fine. That's how you.
So if you want it badly, there are lengths that you go to get it. Okay. That's the thing. I wouldn't say, oh, I don't have a camera, so I can't even do it.
So how do you win your contract?
Oh, honestly, this thing I'm about to share here, Charlie. I have to,
you need to.
Yeah,
you need to be critical about it, but you need to give us.
Yes, yes.
We are learning from you.
Okay, so basically, let's say if I want to work with this person or if I want this gig, people need to know that you have what it takes to bring value to their company. Else they won't ensure, or they won't even think twice about giving you their deal. The person should know that, oh, this person I'm about to give my deal to, this person I say he should design this for me. I know that when he designs it, there's going to be value that's coming to my company. And that's the first. You have to know the kind of value that you give to a company, the value you give to people. Okay. That's the first thing. So for me, I make sure you see. I'll let you know. Even if there's this thing I did when I was outside. I went to a company and I did a free video for them. Okay. I sent the video to them, and they were like, "Wow, this video is nice. Now, how much do you charge per video?" Wow, I've got the deal. Wow. So it's not like, oh, me, I'm going to do a free video. Oh, these people, why should I even do a free? No, you are doing the free video because you want them to know the value, the kind of value, what you are bringing to the table. Let me put it that way. So when they know that, oh yeah, this guy is going to bring this to our company, then they will hire you. Like, okay, Charlie, this video is very nice. So moving forward, if you are to come and shoot a video for us, how much will you charge? Or what is your rate? What is your pricing? Oh, okay, thank you very much. Even though I would want us to continue, I feel like if we can do this on a monthly retainer, it will be very good. It will help us and it will strengthen our relationship. So instead of charging you this amount, I would want us to do it this way per week, this way per month. I'll give you 3 videos or this. You see, so in a way, you're not just winning just one deal that you go and shoot one video. No. You are getting them to work with them. Payroll, you understand? Sure. So I mean, there's levels to it, but then I mean, I can't share it for free. Yeah.
So that tennis videography took you out of the country.
Yeah, honestly.
So Charlie, which country did
I went to UAE. I went to UAE.
That is United Emirates.
Yeah.
Dubai.
So what I was doing at first, I was doing my graphic design and I was there, and then I got the deal. Somebody was like, Charlie, we need a videographer. Okay. And I was like, I've been doing the videography a while back, but then I stopped because the passion for graphic design was
so high. Okay.
But then for something like this, I can still revisit my old passion. So within that time with like that space of time, I got a camera. I went outside. I shot a very nice video. I came to edit it and I sent it to the company. Okay. They saw it and I was like, wow, this is nice. So let's discuss. When are you ready to fly out? I'm like, oh, if the visa is ready, blah blah blah. They're like, okay, cool. Then we'll start working on the visa. The visa was ready. It's like, okay, then we're going to work on the flights for you. They worked on the flights. I think like I think a month and 2 weeks later, I was in a plane going there.
Oh,
It was as
Charlie.
simple as that.
So
Yeah.
outside those are cool, right?
Oh yeah. I mean,
Charlie.
one thing is that if you know what you do, what you are doing, like you know that, oh, Charlie, me, I'm good at what I do. If I sit behind a PC and I do this, people like it. If I sit behind the camera and I shoot this, people love it. That's it. You just have to, I mean, bring your best.
So sometimes this will be an advice to those coming up.
Okay.
That sometimes when we are there, I think per what you are telling me, we need to go out there to experiment.
Yes.
Just to try something out there.
Yes.
Shoot something. Just show it to the person. Per what I'm talking from what you are telling us.
Yes.
Good. So maybe can I just stand up, go to a company and go and shoot them and go and like
I got what
some
you
people
mean.
don't give you that.
Okay. So what you have to do is this is free nuggets, but
Oh yeah, sorry.
it's free nuggets.
So our audience are angry for it.
Yes, true. So we have lots of companies, right? In
Sure.
Accra here, even in Accra, we have lots of companies. First, you have to tell them. When I say tell them, you go to their Instagram, their social media, you be like, oh, Charlie, the kind of content they are putting out, this is for videographers,
Sure.
the kind of content they are putting out there is not really, I mean, that catching. So you're like, you send them an email or you call them or you WhatsApp them any way that you can. You can even go there, talk to their manager and show them. First, you have to show them a preview or like a video of something that you've done before. And that will allow them to give you the opportunity to come and do it for free.
Okay.
So you can't just go there and start shooting.
Okay.
You have to meet with somebody, show them, oh, I shot this video. And mostly, let me give you an example. I go to, let's say, McDonald's. Even though McDonald's is like a huge, they have their own marketing and everything. You go to McDonald's and you talk to their managing director or their manager. You show them a video that you've done. They allow you to shoot a video. You shoot a video as they are doing like a very nice burger, all those things. And you send it to them. They give you the opportunity to work with them for, let's say, one time. After working with McDonald's, now you have McDonald's on your resume. You have McDonald's on your CV. And it's not easy to have McDonald's on your portfolio. So imagine me holding, I have my portfolio, I have my CV, I'm taking my CV to, let's say, a company like Coca-Cola.
Sure.
And I have McDonald's on my CV. They'll be like, oh, so you worked with McDonald's. Okay, that's fine. Then if you've done this video for McDonald's, they'll also give you a chance here at Coca-Cola to do a free video for us. So first of all, you have to make sure that first video that you're going to get is something powerful.
Sure.
It shouldn't be just any video. I had this video I did when I was outside. It was a gym video.
Okay.
Very nice gym video. I did it for free.
I think. Did you post that video?
Yes, I
think
posted
I've watched something like
that
before.
So I did the video free of charge for the guy, the gym owner, and then I sent it to him. I was like, wow, this is very nice. Can we discuss? I mean, how to move forward with videos and everything? I was like, okay, cool. So we discussed and everything. So this was the time I wanted to go in for another deal. I went to the place, I showed them that gym video, and I was like, wow, this is very nice. So how are you going to move forward? You understand? So you have to first get one powerful video. This is for videographers. One more time.
This is not for videography. It's cut across.
True.
It's cut across.
True. Sure. So you just have to make sure that first thing, whatever you are going to take to the company to show them that, oh, you guys should give me a chance to do a free video for you. It has to be very powerful. And that's the
that is this is in fact a very powerful advice. Personally, I've taken it. I'll put it in my pocket.
I have
so irrespective of what you are doing, being it catering, whatever. Sometimes try things for free just to win some people.
You don't have to always make sure you are getting paid first before you can secure a deal.
Sure. You need to take up certain risk.
Yes, that's the thing.
In fact, you are inspiring. I use the correct word. You are inspiring us a lot.
Yes.
Today, a lot.
That's how it's supposed to be.
So through your journey from the day you begin, through outside the country, up till now, what are the lessons that you've learned in the art industry?
Wow. Okay, so I'll take this from my father. My father is no longer here. He's no more with us.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, rest his soul.
Rest in peace.
He was a carpenter.
Okay.
He was into carpentry, and one thing that I learned from him was being trustworthy.
Okay.
If it is 2, he'll tell you it's 2. If it's 1, he'll tell you it's 1. If it's 3, he'll tell you it's 1. Oh, we need to go and buy some wood. You need to go and buy some plywood. We will need 4. The price is this. You go and check. True. The price for the plywood will be this. So being trustworthy. I have a client in France who I design for time to time, and I'm very truthful to the client that if it's this, I'll tell the client it is this. So one time he was like we've been working for a while now. The last time you told me this, I went back to do a research, and truly it was you. So like I was just trying to see if you are being truthful to me. And man, I have to say I really appreciate you being truthful to me. Wow. I appreciate, and it has strengthened the bond between me and the client in a way that he doesn't like he wouldn't even have a hard time giving me a huge contract that Charlie, because you know that this guy, aside the fact that his work is good, he's very trustworthy. He speaks the truth, he's truthful, and whenever I give him a work, he will deliver and make sure he's delivering on time. So that is one thing I've learned, and I learned it from my father. Loyalty. Yes, you have to be loyal, and you have to be truthful, you have to be trustworthy, and that you don't have to be lying unnecessarily. If you can't deliver, just be like, I can't deliver at this time, but after this thing, this, that, I can deliver at this time. Will it work for you? Okay, at this point I need it in a hurry. Like there's a timeline on it, so I can't wait for you. So then let me find different alternatives. So this way, you've given the person a way to also find a different alternative to work on. Instead of saying, I'll do it for you, you won't do it, and then you're wasting the person's time. This way, next time he wouldn't even bring you any deal. You understand? So you have to be trustworthy in all your dealings. And this is not even for just the job only or the work aspect. In your life as a person, as a human being, be truthful. You go and buy something, you give more to the person is giving you change, the person gives you more than the money that you have to, Charlie, this is the amount you gave me, then you give it back. You have to be a good person. That's a whole thing.
You've inspired us a lot. So let us be loyal to whatever thing that you've been doing in the art industry. No, if I don't even ask you this question, I won't be okay. The art industry, sometimes we work with teams.
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes there are certain works you need not to just bombard everything to yourself.
True.
You'll be frustrated. What was your toughest challenge working with a team in the art industry?
First of all, I've worked with a team before. I was a very good team player.
Good.
One thing I know about team playing is you might think you are, I'm part of this team. What I'm doing there, nobody can do. So if they piss me off, I wouldn't even show up or something. One thing you should know that you are very valuable to somebody, but then you should know that you can be replaced. Don't think yourself that you are not irreplaceable. No matter how good you are, people work with you based on how good you are, but then they look at you based on your working behavior, your attitude and everything. Being a team player, I always make sure that I'll do my part, and if anybody else needs help, I also pitch in. Because at the end of the day, you are making sure that whatever you are doing comes out good. It's not about how much you are making or how you want to portray yourself to the other team members. You have to make sure that the end goal is that whatever you are doing is coming out good. And that is, I don't know for other people, but then for me, I make sure that whatever I'm doing, I do it all my heart, do it good. And
so I'll transfer that to your movie out there. What's the title of the movie?
Fatal Crash.
Fatal Crash. Okay. So he's having a movie out there titled Fatal Crash on his YouTube channel. I think
I think we have a separate YouTube for that, but then
that's okay.
I would have to
drop the link. We'll drop the link in our bio so they can watch that movie. Can you tell us a little bit about the movie?
Okay, so first of all, I was into movies for like a while. That was back in 2013. That was like before I completed the SHS. So I had a little bit of experience, but I wasn't that much in there. So recently when I came back, one of my friends was like, Charlie, we have a movie coming up. We have a script, we have everything, but we want a director of photography to come and take care. And I was like, cool, why not? So I went there. We sat down, we did a meeting, we talked about everything, we scheduled a day for shooting, and I also handled the graphic design part of the character posters, the main poster, the thumbnails, everything. So as I'll refer this back to the team what they're talking about. Yes, we had a team, like a whole team. So one thing that really worked for me was it wasn't me alone being like, even though I was a director of photography,
Sure.
I made sure to take opinions of others.
Exactly.
So I have to, oh, this angle is nice, I want to take it. Somebody like, okay, after this angle, I was thinking, that was the director was pitching, oh, I feel like if we can also do this, it can also help. Me as a director of photography, I'm like, oh wow, this guy is contributing to my work.
Exactly.
And this angle that he's even suggesting is very nice.
Powerful.
I'll add it to my whatever I want to do, and I'm good to go. So in a way, the movie went really well. Just that we had a problem with our sound. The guy who recorded the sound for us, I mean, it was a whole. We had to go find the software to link the sound to the. So that was the only problem that we encountered on set. But aside that, oh, the movie was a success.
Oh, it was a very nice.
I'm sure you've watched it. So
yes,
I mean,
yes. Yeah. So on our way forward, are we expecting more?
Oh yeah, for sure. I have one. I don't know if you know this guy. He's part of YOLO. He's called Kojoleto. Kojoleto was the guy who was Robert's friend. They were doing how do you call it? Pa or something.
Yeah, I've seen that guy.
Shepperton. Yeah, that was the guy. Kojoleto. So yeah, he's my friend. We talk once in a while, and now that I've moved to Accra, we decided to shoot a movie. So he has script writers who are coming up with scripts. We'll find a day, we'll do shooting and everything. And I'm so glad that me being in Accra here is going to benefit a lot of people. Yeah, because people a lot of my friends, Charlie, come to Accra.
So you are one in a million.
Oh so
yeah. we all want to tap from you.
You understand? It's very necessary.
So you being in Accra, you know that we're going to tap a lot out of you. Sure. What are you expecting in the near future?
Now
what are your expectations?
Oh, I see there's a lot coming up. And one thing I want to do is as time goes on, I'll open like an academy for videographers, people who want to enter into the field. You see, when I was starting at first, I didn't know to do this as step 1, do this as step 2, do this as step 3. I was just doing anything, and I was going with the flow.
Yeah.
The experience was coming along the line, but then as time goes on, I mean, I got to know that if only I have or if only I met somebody who was willing to put me through the whole experience, it would have been good. So I myself, as time goes on, I'll try and get an academy running where I'll recruit like 5 people for, let's say, 6 months. I'll take them through. After 6 months, I'll graduate them. They'll also go into the field, something like that. But for now, it's not. I mean, it's in the works. But for now, I just have to.
Oh, then be fast, because you all join some.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We're all coming for the academic
training. For sure. I'm working on it. I'm working on it now.
So you're still having conversation with RBJ, a videographer and a graphic designer. In fact, you've taught us a lot today. So I know you've also learned a lot. So since you are about to draw the curtains down, you need to let him share his final thoughts, his final advice to us, those who are coming up in the videography and the graphic design field. I mean, you should tell us something.
Oh yeah, sure. Okay, so what I would say is I'll say something about the modern world that we are in now. Okay, so now we are in a social media world.
Okay,
right? And the person I'm working with now, the main reason why I'm here in Accra, she's a lady. She's very smart. She runs social media. Like she's into all those things. And one time she was saying something that you have to show up every day. Showing up every day doesn't literally mean like going to a place and presenting yourself, but then show up in a way that you are a graphic designer, you're a videographer. You have to keep on posting.
Okay.
Show up every day. Like, let people know that, oh, I'm still here if you need me.
Okay.
If you have your contract, if you have your deal, if you have whatever, I'm here. So I would say that now that we are in that, because people are on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, people are there. They are scrolling. So you have to use advantage. You have to make use of it, take advantage of it, and capitalize on it. Showing up every day means whatever you are doing as your living, whatever you're doing as your major or your minor or whatever it is, make sure you are showing up every day. Post, share it. If you have friends, let them also share it, and then keep on keeping on. And also another thing I'll add is that make sure to always learn.
Wow.
Charlie, learning, as I'm sitting here now, I'm still learning. I won't lie to you.
With all what's in your head.
I still learn. No, I won't lie to you. I still learn. Yes, you have to learn. Learning doesn't mean taking a book, opening it and just swiping through. YouTube is there. You can, if let's say if I want to now I'm doing a little bit of forex trading.
Sure.
I started like last year or so, and I would say it's going good so far. But then I didn't go to someone. I'm like, oh Charlie, teach me. I tried though, but people were giving me huge price. I'm like, hey Charlie, I want to learn this thing. I want to do this. So I went to YouTube.
Experimented.
You understand? I experimented. I learned, and Instagram now is in a way that when you start searching about something, they start recommending whatever you're searching about into your videos. So when you are scrolling your reels, whatever it is, even if it's gym videos, even if it's cooking, swimming, whatever it is, they will start recommending it. So as I was learning, Instagram was also recommending it. So I was just learning through my reels. I'll dedicate like 3 hours, 4 hours. I'll learn on YouTube. I'll come back on Instagram to come and scroll. I'll come and see it there. And I was learning something every day. Okay. Understand? So as a human being, you don't have to stop learning. And another thing, this is very, 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 very important. Humility. Okay. I never went anywhere and raised my shoulders. Because if you go somewhere and you act like, yo, I know all, I know it all, this is me, yeah, I've come, my shoulders are up, bro, you never learn. Okay. Whatever you know, when you go to a place, you act like you don't know anything so that you can learn more. So let's say I've went to a place, I see that this place, this room, like people are here, I am there. Sure. Then you are like, oh me, I do this, you start boasting. There's a difference between networking yourself or like, I mean, putting yourself there, marketing yourself is different from you boasting. You can like, oh Charlie, guys, this is what I do. I mean, I do videography, I have a few videos and stuff. So if any of you need something like that, you can patronize me. That is different. But when you go there, they are speaking and you are trying to also level up with them. Meanwhile, you know that you are not there. You have to humble yourself, learn, let people teach you. That way you can add to what you already have, and then it will just, I mean, it will continue taking on. So yeah,
thank you very much for such a powerful advice. Yes, I know my audience are much grateful for such an advice, and we've taken it, we are going to act upon it. So today we are having conversation with RBJ. In fact, he's taught us a lot. Personally, I've learned a lot from him. So where can we find RBJ? Okay, handles. Yeah, where can you find your works? Wow, my handles. Yeah, okay. Now my main handle is RBJ Creative Studio. It's RBJ_creative_studio. Okay. And my videography page is Rabbi Bright Jones. That's Rabbi_Bright_Jones. Okay. Yes, and I also have a separate page for now I'm into cars. Like I do automotive car artworks and all those things. Yeah, I just, let's say McLaren releases a new car, I take the pictures and I do something quick, and I just, if it's even on my main page, but I have a separate page for it. And that one is my agency now, studioalpha.com. So studio_alpha.com. Yes. Okay. So that is my channel. When you go on YouTube, it is Rabbi Bright Jones on YouTube. So Rabbi_Bright_Jones. I know TikTok, I'm not really sure. I'm not that active on TikTok because why? Charlie, TikTok, I don't know. I don't know. I'm more into Instagram and YouTube. Yeah, that's it. So go out there, check on his social media handles. In fact, you're going to see marvelous works. You see works and you say, hey, human being did this. So thank you very much for today. Thank you for gracing our podcast today. In fact, it inspired us a lot. So thank you, our audience, for also having time to watch and then to listen and to be inspired by our podcast. Here's Back to Art Podcast once again. Stay tuned every week as we drop a new creative, a new content for you to learn from and for you to be inspired. Follow our social media handles on Back to Art on all social media handles, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Back to Art. And let's enjoy a creative conversation. Thank you for today. See you next week. Bye-bye.